Hello friends, welcome back. This is part 27 of Shep's Spiritual Awakening and Destiny. In this part I'm going to talk about a sign of Christ put upon me by God in a bright light. Well, it was one evening, approximately around the first week of June still, probably a Saturday, the first Saturday of June, and I had split up with not split up with her, but we'd finished our relationship and were just friends just before we went to the beach at Climping. At the very beginning of June I'd sort of finished that relationship and we just became friends with my girlfriend. So I was going out night clubbing, and this girl that I was with still as a friend, she decided to go somewhere else with some other people. And I went to Harper's nightclub in Guildford. I was going there. Just before I left, I come downstairs and I was wearing this t-shirt, which was, as I say, very nearly purple, very light purple. And Peter said to me as I was going out, and I was wearing my cross as well, tonight, Neil, in the club where you first begin to perspire, you will have a sign upon you. Well, straight away I knew it must be the cross, because I knew it would be down from about here, down my chest and across my chest. So I knew it would be the sign of Christ. Excuse me. Spirit that are in my light actually are making me cough all the time. They've done it much more chronically than this at times. So anyway, I went to the club, and I decided to go in Harper's nightclub, and I went to the downstairs dance floor. Now, it used to be a cinema or something, I guess, because it had an upstairs balcony that circled right the way round. So I was downstairs looking across the club, and the back was to my left, and I was standing there dancing, just not particularly dancing to the Spirit, but I was having a nice time. And I just started to feel myself getting hot and starting to perspire, and very slightly, and all of a sudden an amazingly bright light. I mean, it was quite fairly dark in the club. There was the lights that were in there and stuff. An amazingly bright light come upon my chest. I looked down and I could hardly keep my eyes open to look at it. It was so bright, and it was a perfect cross. And as I say, it was right down the middle of my chest and going across just below my chest muscles, and it was absolutely amazing. And it lasted for about 10 seconds, and it was sort of faded white just around the edges, where it sort of reflected a little bit. And I just stood there looking at it, and I was laughing my head off. I thought it was amazing. And when it stopped, it went away after about 10 seconds. I looked around the downstairs dance floor. Not one person was looking at me or seen it. As is the way of God, that he didn't want them to. I looked up at the upstairs balcony and I was looking around. No, nobody'd seen it up there either. And that was fair enough. I accepted that. But I felt a little sad that nobody could have shared it with me. And just as I finished thinking that, it come again, and there was no light in that club could have done that. And it come, and it was the perfect cross upon me. I looked down again, and it was brilliant, shining white upon me, a thin line about an inch thick. So I stood there for 6 seconds looking at this, still, smiling my head off, and then it went again, and I looked up again, I looked around the downstairs dance floor, and of course, Father God knew when everybody else would be looking away, so nobody had seen it. But then I looked up to the upstairs dance floor, the upstairs balcony, and there was a girl there, and she was stood there, and her eyes were popping out, and her mouth was hanging open, and she was staring right at my chest. I knew she'd seen it, and she could not believe what she had seen. She knew she'd seen a miracle, and that really was a miracle of God upon me. And I believe, it was God's sign upon me that, yes, I am his son, Christ's disciple, but that I am initiated, that I am maybe worthy in some respects to acknowledgement of me, that I have been his son's disciple, and that one day I will be awoken and able to be that teacher down here. I don't know, I can only guess at that, but it was God's sign upon me. Christ had a light come down upon him from the heavens, when he started becoming awoken from his father. I don't know whether that was mine or not, you know, but it was a miraculous event and it was an acknowledgement. That's what I do know. So anyway, I stood there for a few more seconds and this girl was transfixed to my chest, and I was looking at her and laughing, but she didn't even notice I was looking at her. She was so transfixed to my chest. Her eyes could not leave my chest, and it was amazing. I then left that nightclub and you know, went elsewhere. So it was amazing, truly. Thank you for your time. Bless you. Love and light, Shep. Website and other links below this video. Bye bye.